political and economic instability.
Most recent action of declaring himself the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Being arrested.
Be a victim in Nigeria is no longer a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And if you think it will not be your thought, guess what? The last person also thought the same way.
Live in any of our cities is to live in the war front.
We have no other country but Nigeria. Anybody who thought he had any other country than Nigeria, goodbye. You can go. We are here.
To see the number of boys who are now turning from all our learning institutions coming out with having no work to do.
What is the solution? Join Nedu Okorie on National Affairs, where the focus is on agriculture, education, politics, ethnics, and religious violence, and so much more. National Affairs every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Diamond 88.7 FM. National Affairs, the people, issues, and the government.
When we acknowledge the gains of democracy, it does not actually amount to endorsing the government of the day. Just as, pointing out the failures should not also interpret or should not also be interpreted as hostility towards the institutions of government. These are not my words. These are the words of Dr. Bukola Saraki. And he said this on Thursday this week while chairing the 23rd Annual Daily Trust Dialogue in Abuja. On that note, I welcome you to this week's edition of National Affairs, a program where we discuss and review national issues that took over the news. And the purpose of this is not just to inform us, but also to chart a course for growth and development, as well as profiling tangible solutions to societal problems. Welcome to the program National Affairs. My name is Nedu Okorie. My friends call me Mazio Dogu. Since you are my friend, you can call me Mazio Dogu. Good morning once again and welcome on board. Well, this morning we have two important topics to discuss. First, we'll be taking a look at the defection of the Kano State Governor, as well as the lawmakers and other stakeholders in the new Nigeria People's Party of the state. But the governor has not disclosed his new party. We hope that this week, probably he will disclose his new party. Well, everybody have been saying he might be heading for the All Progressives Congress, that's the APC. And there are still discussions and talks, reactions about the country delving into a one-party state. We'll look at that. And we'll move on to our second conversation that talks about a call for the review of the Fourth Republic. Yes, this was a call made by various stakeholders, including Dr. Bukola Saraki, the Olubadan of Ibadan, yes, that's talking about Dr. Chief Rashid Ladoja, as well as many other stakeholders who spoke in Abuja at the Daily Trust Dialogue with the theme, Nigeria's Fourth Republic, what is working and what is not. It was held in Abuja on Thursday this week. So we're going to take a look at various comments as well as the reactions from various stakeholders that Nigeria is actually gradually moving into a one-party state, as well as the call for the review of the Electoral Act, the amendment of the Electoral Act as towards the 2027 election. All right, let's delve into what we have this morning. Let's take a look at the defection of the Kano State Governor, Abba Kabir Yusuf. He formally resigned his membership of the new Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, and he cited protracted internal crisis and the need to protect the overall interest of the people. This is actually one of the many reasons that politicians in Nigeria normally give for defecting, and but there are people who will say that more of the reasons why they are defecting is actually their personal interest and not the interest of the state. But they are saying it is due to the interest of the state. That is why they are resigning. And it was disclosed by the Media and Publicity Secretary in the state, Sanusi Bature Dawakin-Tofa. And the governor actually appreciated the NNPP having joined the party in 2022. And he appreciated them for the platform and also the support extended towards him. While receiving the letter, the party also acknowledged that internal crises were present in the party, and they acknowledged the receipt of the letter. And yes, that is actually the reasons, due to internal disagreements, ongoing legal battles that have continued to, destabilize the party structure, both at the state and national level. Also, in a significant political development, the letter or the defection also revealed that the governor resigned alongside 21 members of the Kano State House of Assembly, 21 members, 8 members of the House of Reps, and also 44 local government chairmen across the state. So, in fact, in total, it's almost 70 people left alongside the governor. What does this mean for the state and the general election? Kano State has been known as an NNPP state. It's actually a state that is politically volatile when it comes to election period. And what does this mean for a state like Kano State? Will this trend spiral to other parts of the northern states? Let's discuss this morning. Let's discuss how the country or how the nation is actually, transitioning towards that period that everybody has been waiting for, that 2027 election. Amid all this political movement and defections, what should be the expectations of the Nigerian citizens? The number to call is 09136556952. 09136556952. That's the number to call. Should we be scared for a one-party state as regards this defection? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
More wisdom.
Thank
and
you.
Great mercy to you by special grace of God. And greetings to everyone that I'm on the Prophetess Ayodele on the line.
You're welcome.
From airport. People defection for another party, Kano State, where there is soup, you will see food there. So the reason is best known to them. By special grace of God, everybody is warming up for 2027 election, which we are praying to God Almighty to use his hand to kill for us. It's not for corruption or they want to play big wig there. But we are praying to Almighty God. And we believe that President Nedu will do much as possible to give us goodies from political side so that we Nigeria will be relieved from all the suffering. This time we dare us to remove our postal card. Some Nigeria don't use their postal card to borrow money. They don't know where the postal card is because of thinking. The defection from one place to another is not amazing. They are going to APC. We are blocking them with prayers. God will see us through and 2027.
All right. Thank you so much, Prophetess Ayodele, for your contribution. You can also start sending your message via WhatsApp on 09136556864. Recently, the governor of Oyo State, Governor Seyi Makinde, visited the president in Abuja, and he stated it clearly that it wasn't for political reasons, but for the issues of governance in a state. Well, let's take his word for it. Hello, good morning.
Hello,
Good morning.
good morning, Odogu.
Yes, please. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Sadiq is my name. I'm calling from Okorie.
You're welcome, Sadiq.
It's not new for somebody to cross carpet.
Yeah.
I think that's the language in the political science. But what really matters is the leader there is a visionary leader. So I think in politics, this so-called President Tinubu, I think he's a professor of political sciences, because he really know the honor for all these people to have been, apart from the soup or whatever the cake they wanted to go and eat there. This president knows how to gather people. And don't forget, politics is about population. Hello?
Yes, we're with you. Go ahead.
It's about gaining people. It's not about, you can see president is not losing people, he's gaining people. You know how to make friends with all these people. So in line what he's doing is in the right position. But we just be praying and start Mama just said we pray for them that they should be in the right direction, God should direct them in the right path.
All right. Thank you so much for your contribution. According to him, he says that politics is a game of numbers, and every politician is trying to, amass numbers ahead of the 2027 general elections. Well, there are many issues that are arising. The spokesperson from, that's the National Publicity Secretary of the NNPP, Ladipo Johnson, has actually reacted to Governor Yusuf's defection with anger, and he says he received the exit with profound anguish and deep disappointment, and he accused the governor of abandoning the trust placed in him by the people of Kano State. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Odogu.
Good morning. What's your name, please?
This is Malam, coming from Okefoma.
You're welcome, Malam.
You see, the differential of all our political parties to the ruling party, Nigerians should be scared, because there is one particular principle in a democracy called principle of check and balances. So if Nigeria is now operating under one political system, that check and balances will not be there. If not only at the federal level, including the state level, if state level is being ruled by APC, then the House of Assembly should be, so many political parties should be there to check the activity of the governor. So now, compared to the whole nation, if the whole nation is now operating under one political party, automatically good governance will not be there. So that is the key point there. Good governance will not be there. And most of these people that were defecting to another political party, honestly speaking, they were self-centered. And the something is very simple. It's just for the Nigerians to know what they are doing. They should not collect anything. And if they collect anything from these money-bag politicians, they should not allow their conscience. They should vote for the right candidate. They should vote for the right political party. Otherwise, good governance will be somehow difficult for us in Nigeria. So that is my take. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you so much for your point, Malam. According to Malam, is saying that the element of good governance, or the instrument of governance, which is check and balance, will be eroded if the country gradually delves into a one-party state. Because as it stands now, the Kano State chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Alhaji Abdullahi Abbas Sanusi, has said that whatever controversy that arises from automatic ticket for Governor Kabir Yusuf will be addressed after the governor formally completes his defection from NNPP to the APC. Right now, the governor has not stated where he is heading to, but if he states, or if he submits, if he completes his defection to the APC, then the issue of automatic tickets will be resolved. But let's still discuss Should we be scared? Should we tighten our belts as citizens? What must we do? The politicians are doing their own part to ensure that they return in 2027. And we should also do our own part to ensure, to hold these people accountable and to ensure that we vote in the right people. Let's take one more call, then we go on a break. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name, please?
This is Samuel calling from Blanket.
You're welcome, Samuel. Please go ahead.
Yeah, me personally, I'm scared of those distractions. I'm scared because I'm really scared because it will not be good. It is not encouraging to the development of this country. And also, Titanic comes to mind the biggest boats that convey thousands of passengers. So, but for me, I pray that they should not see the anger eyes of Nigeria people, so that they will not sing together. So that is my prayer.
Okay.
But it is not good. It's not healthy to the development of this country. I'm coming to the person that to know a real political scientist, you have to develop your countries and bring a good policy that will bring a good impact to the life of the people. It's not by only diversion.
All right.
I mean, I did not call this administration, the current government, I didn't score them not like 10 over 100 because their governance and the way they govern does not really impact to the life of the people. So, and that is what government is all about.
All right. Thank you so much for your contribution. This is still National Affairs on Diamond 88.7 FM, and this morning we have been discussing on the recent defection of the governor of Kano State, and defection, if I must say, is shouldn't be a crime as far as where you are living is not comfortable. And this is what the governor has alluded, is saying that there is controversy in his party and it has made him to, jump ship. Well, we hope for a new and better Nigeria. That is our hope in this nation. Let's take a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll delve deeper, and I'll start taking messages from you. This is still National Affairs.
Energy drink, don't matter, Merocani, oh. Meroca, Ondara, Kamani, Lowo, Lenushani, Moto, Tobati, Mareni, Meroca, you just saw me, Belura, Paradeo, Meroca, oh, Meroca, Energy drink, Madara. Ojagere lọ́nà fún tọkùnrin tóbìnrin ló lè mú. Meroca, energy drink, Madara.
Meroca, agbára gbàngbà, agbára tó jagbára lọ. Energy drink lọ́gán tó bá wọnú ara, agbára ti dé. Àjọ NAFDAC kì í jẹ lóúnjẹ. Ilé-iṣẹ́ tó lórúkọ tó ṣe gbẹ́kẹ̀lé. Kéde ká pọ̀ oògùn òyìnbó tó yí pharmaceutical ló gbé jáde.
Meroca, energy drink, Madara.
Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Diamond 887 FM. Diamond FM, shining supreme.
This is Diamond FM 88.7. Setting the pace, leading the way. Like no other, bringing you the best in music, the best in entertainment. The best
Diamond FM, radio made for you.
All right, you're welcome back from that commercial break. It's still National Affairs with Nedu Okorie. And this morning we've been talking about the defection of the governor of Kano State, the recent defection of the governor of Kano State. Not just him, alongside his cabinet members, alongside his local government chairman, House of Reps members, and the State House of Assembly members. They all defected alongside with the governor. But I've got a message here from Alausa Samuel. It says, on decamping, politics is peculiar to an environment. Our country is infiltrated by so many political parties with people who have their personal interests at hand. So we cannot blame those who are decamping from the party on which platform they won the election. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Samuel, for your contribution. Elder Yemi Ashaju says, good morning, Nedu, my friend. There can be no one-party system in Nigeria. However, what we will have is a weak opposition. I think the defection of the governor of Kano State is a done deal. Don't be shocked when you hear of the defection of Kwankwaso tomorrow, really. NNPP is presently fractured and no one knows where the pendulum of judicial victory will swing. Playing a player with serious injury in a football match is a serious risk. Politicians who do not know why they are in politics will do anything to satisfy self. More drama will still come. This is according to Elder Yemi Ashaju. All right. Our fingers are crossed. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name, please?
This is Mohammed calling from Zanguera.
You're welcome, Mohammed.
I think I'm just scared of the repercussion of what is happening today. One, let me reiterate the importance of having opposition. No, we have the car that we drive around. There's a brake there. The brake is for caution in case the engine wants to misfunction or whatever. The same thing is the function of opposition. Let's now look at Uganda and Cameroon here.
Okay.
Can they say with one party that is working this, are they really developed? So the president can can wake up one day and declare certain things, and all the parties will join. The member of what's it called, the rep and senator will join him. They can now still decision, which may affect Nigeria negatively. But with one party state, so there will be no any other objection to it. So we should be very careful on whatever we are doing.
Okay.
So this is just a little contribution, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We should be very careful of sliding down that slope of a one-party state, because normally the opposition in a country, or the opposition parties, opposition figures, are meant to, put the main political party or political figures in check. But based on what I've heard this morning and based on what has been flying around, it seems as though the opposition is weak. Elder Yemi Ashaju also says that more than 98% of those who go into politics do so for selfish reasons. I can never be taken by surprise by whatever politicians do. As for the achievement of this government, I think it depends on the angle from which one is looking at it from. Is it from selfish angle or from the angle of national interest? One can only see what he chooses to see. This is from Elder Yemi Ashaju. All right. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Alaji Tayo, calling from Ilan.
You're most welcome, Alaji Tayo.
You see, I cry for our beloved country. The way things are going. The country that is great, and we are praying that it should be greater, but the way our politicians are doing it, I'm very sorry for the country. However, I'm still not that too bad, because we have never had a strong opposition in Nigeria. Has the opposition done anything for the incumbent to make them sit right? No. We have never had any strong opposition. So if all of them are defecting to APC and to maybe making Nigeria party system, it makes no meaning to many of us. But it's just that we are very bad. We cry in our heart, because this is not how things are supposed to be. And because this why we have not enjoyed the dividend of the democracy. I think we have a strong and viable opposition. Things will not have been like this. And like as you said, many people that come into politics, they come into politics because of their own selfish interest. More painful is the fact that this thing has been taught in Kaba. A few Nigerians are now recycling themselves and they are being in power. If your father is leaving the office, he bring in his son. If your brother is leaving, he bring in his nephew. For how long are we going to continue with this?
All right.
People that have the interest of the country at heart, I don't have the opportunity to come on board. And our electorates, who's supposed to allow their vote to count, have never allowed their vote to count because the moment you breathe their power, they vote for a wrong party, so to say. And it's just because they are not properly educated. How can you sell your secret cry for just 2,000 naira? It's just too bad. I see, however, either there's an opposition or there's no opposition, what we need to do is that we need to sit right. 2027 is here. It is left for the electorate to really sit down and see that they choose a proper person that will rule them.
All right.
At the same time, they are clamoring for review of electoral law. My brother, whatever law they review, so long as we refuse to change our attitude, we'll still be revolving around the same spot. So we should see this country as a collective responsibility. Our senators, our House of our House of Assembly members, they should please sit up and ensure that we have a lasting, sustainable, and strong democracy in Nigeria. Either there's opposition or no opposition, that notwithstanding. But even if they are turning the country to one party system, we should please sit up the electorate.
All right.
We should sit up and ensure that we vote for rightful candidate. And again, if they have allowed for independent candidate, we will not even be, care about whatever anybody wants to turn the country into.
Okay.
But there's no opportunity for that. We need independent candidates. That will even help us more in fighting all these people that have turned themselves into, like somebody to Ikaba. Like somebody said, don't be surprised. One council will soon defect the APC. But then, they should remember that whatever we do, we will account for it.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, Alhaji Tayo Olowo, for your contribution. All right, this message is from Kolade Ayinde from Amsterdam. It says, politicians' gymnastics are useless to ordinary citizens without government providing access to basic social services. The primary purpose of government is the welfare of its citizens. Thank you so much for that message. Well, if I'm very sure the reason why we're talking like this is because Nigeria is regarded as the giant of Africa. But if you compare Nigeria with some other countries in Africa, you will discover that what is obtainable in some other countries is not what you will find here. Let's take Uganda, for example, where opposition parties are being suppressed even to campaign. Let's take Cameroon, for instance, where just one person has been in power for many years, and some other countries like that. But we have experienced seamless transition of various administrations, democratic administrations from 1999 till date. But I think more still needs to be done in terms of strengthening our democracy. If someone says nothing has been done in this administration, I would disagree with that. Many things have been done in terms of the economy, in terms of education, and various other aspects. But there are still some areas that needs, more work. Insecurity, for instance. That is what every Nigerian is clamoring for change in Nigeria. But we're still talking about politics this morning. What do you make of the defection of Governor Yusuf of Kano State? Is this a big signal that many other states that are not APC will toe that line or will jump ship? This is the big question we're asking this morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name? Okay, Mohammed.
Mohammed calling back.
Okay.
Thank you. I really enjoyed the discussion today.
Okay.
And I pray that all this discussion our Nigerians will learn from it and take good decisions later on. As regards the danger in turning to one party state.
Yeah.
Why is it that this former Attorney General, Malani, why is he being prosecuted now? Is it now they knew that he was having a lot of money? It's because he was with them. It's because he tried to join EDC. So it means, like someone has just, Showman has said, if you join us, all your sins are forgiven. So it means, it shows that people that are joining APC or the other ruling government and ruling party, it means they have a lot of things to hide. That's why they're joining the party to just hide their passing. Secondly, somebody talk about Uganda, Uganda, whatever.
Yes.
The same thing is about to happen now. when they did 2023 election, look at what happened in Lagos State. APC denied a lot of people to campaign. They denied many people where this chief of staff comes. They said, if you can't vote for APC, don't even bother to come near the polling station. So if the same thing happens to all the states, then all the other political parties will not be allowed to do their thing lastly. The same thing now. What is happening now is the APC. I think that is the APC, I'm alleging, that is APC that is sponsoring people that to the other party. So what are we going to now? What is going to happen now? So we have to be very careful. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your contribution. All right, we sincerely apologize. We've been trying to reach our guest this morning, and we hope to contact him via telephone. He is unavoidably absent. He won't be able to make it live here, but we hope to reach him via telephone. All right, let me take some reactions before we move on to our second conversation, which is still concerning democracy in Nigeria. Hello, good morning. All right, we lost that. All right. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, please. Good morning, Dr. Sulaiman.
Good morning, sir.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right. It's good to have you this morning on the program.
It's my pleasure to always be on air with you.
All right. All right. All right. Let's quickly discuss on the recent defection before we talk about democracy and, the Fourth Republic. Let's talk about the defection of Governor Yusuf of Kano State. Many people have been calling and saying that we should be very careful, that this is actually signaling a movement to a one-party state. But some other people are saying that everything lies in the hands of the electorate. What do you have to say about this?
Thank you very much, Mr. Nedu. Let me start by saying that for the people who hold the truth set of fears in such a way, and those who probably even assure us that the electorate are still the one to decide, I think all of them are right.
Okay.
But what I want to say is that though we are having this defection, but I still think we are a long way to go from becoming a one-party state. So as much as it is something that we should be afraid of, I also want to add that it's still not good for our democracy.
Okay.
Because the way we see elected officials are living with the platform, I think as much as it will be difficult, I think it's just at the right time for us to have a strong legislation against people defecting from the platform at which they are elected from. And on whether it will turn to a one-party system, I still think we still have a long way to go.
Okay.
But what I'm seeing is just like I'm seeing the case of a politician that is probably, so to say, so good in his negotiation that he is ensuring that at the top he has a good control and is strongly working on those who probably have fed presidential candidate at the last election, and is trying to ensure that he is doing everything in his power to ensure his victory in the coming election. But one thing that may happen is that even if all these parties let's say, helped him with the presidency, we may not be seeing the same kind of margin and total submission at the state, National Assembly or State Assembly level. I want to assure you that with what I am seeing, I am only seeing a case of somebody that is strongly securing, ensuring that he emerges as the winner in the presidential election. But the margin, as much as he has done this in the past, we saw, if you look at even the emergence of APC, I think he did something similar. by making sure that parties emerge. You understand? But in this time around, it is not a matter of a fusion. Because when we have integration like that, we can have fusion, we can have merger, we can have mixing. I think it's just a case of people mixing at the top, but not totally mixing at the state and local level.
Well, when you say mixing, that is alignment with the power at the top. But looking at Kano State, for instance, we know Kano State to be a state that is always tense when it comes to politics. The governor, alongside 21 members of the State House of Assembly, moved, 8 members of the House of Rep, and 44 local government chairmen. In fact, they moved along. And what do you think will happen to Kano State in terms of the politics? How would the people receive this?
Thank you very much.
Yes, please.
I want to assure you that in the case of Kano, you know there are strong power individuals. We have the Kankaso and we have the former national president, chairman of the party. I want to assure you that what we are going to see the case of people working for the current president at the president level. But it will interest you to know that this kind of surrendering may not happen when it comes to state and national assembly. Yes, it may affect the national assembly, but it will not happen when it comes to the governorship and the House of Assembly. You will still see some kind of division because you remember that the last election, the NMPC shows its dominancy, but PDP then also had some, you understand, some votes to and even the APC then. So what I'm seeing is that as much as something strange that we are seeing is that all of them are aligned at the federal level.
Yeah.
And that is what I would say that is strange that I'm going to see in the next election. They are aligned at the federal level. You can even see the case of what is happening in River State. The two, everybody is, and this has happened before. If you look at even River State in the last election, they all of them moved together to work with the party, which is APC. But when it comes to the state level, we still saw Governor Sibara emerging as the PDP candidate, and it also happened also in your state when we saw what happened, where what was it called?
Sheyi Makinde.
Sheyi Makinde still emerges as the governor, but we saw what happened in the presidential election. So the same thing, I think that is like the President Tinubu memorandum of operation. He has a way of making sure that even opposition work with him at the federal election, but he still gave them the liberty to go their separate way when it comes to governorship election. So it still might be the case in Kano. I want to think with what I've known and what I've been seeing happening, he will have his own votes, as this is to consolidate him. But when it comes to state and national assembly election, we may still see different parties emerging as winners.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Sulaiman Hafiz. And still talking about democracy, let's delve into our second topic. That's talking about a call for the review of the Fourth Republic. And this call was made by former Senate President Dr. Bukola Saraki on Thursday, and is calling for an honest and non-partisan assessment of Nigeria's Fourth Republic, and is urging political leaders and stakeholders to prioritize the strengthening of democracy over personal or party interest, just what we discussed earlier. And he highlighted the achievements of this Fourth Republic, including the over 26 years of uninterrupted civil rule, peaceful transfer of power across political parties, freedom of speech, the right of the media, vibrant civil society, and all that. He didn't stop there, actually. He also mentioned areas that need strengthening in terms of our democracy, in terms of the judiciary, independence of the judiciary. That is one thing he mentioned. The speedy dispensation of justice. But I want you to take a look at the call for the review of the Fourth Republic. He didn't he wasn't the only one who made the call as well. The Oluban of Ibadan, that's Oba Rashidi Adewale Ladoja, and Mr. Sunday Dari, the special advisor on media and communication, who talked about, effective and consistent communication, which is the pillar of democratic governance. But what do you make of this call for the review of the Fourth Republic?
Thank you very much, and thank you to our listeners again. I wish everybody good weekend. Mr. Nedu, you see,
please.
What is happening is just one of the beauty of democracy, and the person in question that is making this call is a respected individual in the society. Party aside, like him or not, he's a force to reckon with. You understand? You may not like him, but I think the call is a good one.
Okay.
But I just think, have we not been doing that over the years? For some of us who have come on here, and which we are still doing now, we have been doing that, and we have been pointing out areas that need strengthening. We have been pointing out areas we have improved. In the Fourth Republic, we've seen a thug removing a speaker and removing a governor. You understand? I think we have advanced. I think that can happen again. We have seen anything goes election. I think that can happen again. I can tell you. Let me pick it one after the other.
Yes.
Let me start from even the electoral process.
Okay.
The kind of election we did in 1999 is not the time that we did in 2023. There has been a good improvement. You understand? There have been a good improvement. So I think, look at party politics. You understand? Look at our legislative. Look at the kind of bills that we have having. Look at what we are having now. Look at the executives. Look at the judiciaries. You understand? We are not where we need to be. That is the fact. We have not reached where we need to be. But I can tell you that, honestly speaking, we are making some baby steps. You understand? However, if we can have a good review, then I want to say again that have we not had that before? President Jonathan did a constitutional conference. You understand? You understand? I can't.
The confab.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
What did he do there? It was a review. We tried to improve our curriculum, our conference, our constitution. So I think probably what they are calling for now is for us to have, just like in his own word, not partisan review where people. But the question is, who are we going to give that opportunity to? Are we still going to be talking about the politicians or those who are looking for political favors? You understand? No matter how we want to color it, the caliber of people and how honest, how brutal they can be with the truth will determine. But all these things is just going to be an academic exercise. If we do not have a result to improve our constitution, and I think, you or not, I think it's what everybody can do. And whatever you do it and you put your data forward, we see how the opportunity of scrutinizing your data again. I am not expecting it to be another exercise that will drain our pockets. You understand? Because one of those things that regrettably did not yield as much usefulness was the constitutional conference that we had in the past. So I think we have been doing it. I think for such a call, I think what they are trying to achieve is that we still need to improve. Though we have not reached where we should be, but I want to tell you that we are not where we used to be. And the only thing that is constant is change. And what I expect us to do is to try more, do more, in order to assure that our country move forward.
All right. Thank you so much. Democracy is actually meant to, deliver tangible benefits to every citizen, to even the ordinary citizen. But do you, in your own perspective, do you believe that a large number of Nigerians have benefited from the dividends of democracy in Nigeria?
Thank you very much.
Whether directly or indirectly.
I'm not going to say that we have not. That is, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The fact that we still have something that, I use the word cautiously, something that look like a democracy. You understand? It is democracy. People want to say that their vote is not counting. Well, to the best of my knowledge, I would disagree. my vote still counts. I can still come on air and honestly, you understand, I review the work of Mr. President, the governors, and House of Assembly. This is the beauty of democracy. To some level, we still enjoy freedom of speech, freedom of movement. We experience fundamental human rights. You understand? Do we have the dividend of democracy? I think not yet. I think not yet. Are we enjoying as much as we should? I still say, I'm still going to say not yet. We can enjoy more. You understand? Democracy have different types.
Yeah.
You understand? Look at what is happening in China. Are you going to say that's not democracy? It's democracy. Is it one party system? It is one party system. Are they socialists? No, they are not. Are they full capitalists? No, they are not. What have they done? They have blended the democracy the West is advocating to suit their own personal idea of what democracy should look like. They blended socialism with capitalism, and they have their own. Then what is happening to us? Have we been able to get our footage? No, we have not. Have we been able to do what we should? No, we have not. Have our citizens enjoyed what they should enjoy? No, we have not. So can we improve? Yes, we can improve. But are we willing to improve? No, I am not saying that yet. As long as we are stick with this kind of constitution that we are having, I'm not saying we are not going anywhere. Our leaders ready to sacrifice what they should. No, they have not. Now look at the whole of that structure. As long I want to say this, Mr. Nedu, and I'm probably saying this for the first time on air, is that as long as we hold on to this kind of governance structure, this kind of federalism that we are having, we may not enjoy the dividends of democracy. And the answer is simple. You cannot concentrate the wealth at the top and enjoy those at the bottom to enjoy. Until we dissolve the kind of federal system that we have and give it the one that has true federalism, where people are the one coming down from the roots and we are not the one feeding up. Right now, it is like the all forcefully feeding themselves and giving us remittance. That is an evil of a distribution, federal distribution or whatever. As long as we have that, our people will not get what we need to get. So, are we enjoying the dividends of democracy as we should? No, we are not enjoying it.
Are these one of the reviews we are talking about that we should?
Of course, that's what I'm telling you. Okay. Now, when they want to do the review, see what they are calling. As much as I enjoyed, I'm going to support the review. But what they are calling for is not what we want, and that's what I'm going to tell you. What we are enjoying, but what we should want is what we were calling. Why the person that did this call, you understand, was even at the end of our fear that he need to do something. Did he do anything? He did not. He was the president of the Senate. He could have driven the review that we are talking about. He did not. We were crying then that we want true federalism. We want local government to have more power. We want local government to have more control of their resources. We want states to also have. We want few at the federal. We want federal to only be to cater for our collective interest. When we are constructing road, should it be the sole responsibility of the power of the federal? We are saying that states and communities should have the power to construct their roads, to build their drainages, to supply electricity. We are talking about when people in a town come together and solve their problem, not calling on President Tinubu, not calling on Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazak, but they should have the resources, they have the political constitutional authority, and because we fail to do that, and that is why we are not having ungoverned territory, that is why we are having terrorism, that is why we have banditry, and we may keep having this. The approach we are solving, let the people have the power to support themselves. And when they cannot, that is when the state should come in. But you cannot leave the community economic-less, defense-less, money-less, project-less, and expect them to enjoy the dividends of democracy. No, they cannot enjoy it. So by and large, as much as the review we are talking about, I want us to be sure that what we are calling for is what they are calling for. Because if we are not calling for the same thing, we end up having a kangaroo review and we'll resort to where we are. And until we do that, Mr. Nedu, Nigerians will not have the benefit of democracy.
Basically, from what you just said, all these areas that need strengthening in terms of our democracy, from the judiciary to insecurity to corruption, you are simply saying that power should not be expended from the center. It should be expended from the local levels up.
Is that not the meaning of federal? Is that not the meaning of federal system of government?
All right. Now, we are saying now that who should be involved in terms of this review? You've mentioned that if it is political stalwarts or political figures, it will be politicized. But if a review should be done, from which sectors of the society should individuals be selected from? Is it the academia?
Thank you very much. It should be selected from the people. But with you see, even I one of a great philosopher said, for change to happen, the people alone cannot institute a change. When we do, they call it rebel. That we are rebelling. You understand? We still need some of these elites, some of these parties, governing leadership class, to believe in us. And with their support, we can able to achieve this.
All right.
Now, if you are now want to talk about the constitution of the review and the honest one, you understand? We cannot totally remove people who are partisans in when it comes to political affiliation. But the first thing we need is a true leader who really want a change. And you know the best person that can do it is somebody who is already not looking for power again. You understand? He's that person that can do it. We have to pick people from the academics, from the people who are careers. We are even going to pick laborers. We are going to pick ordinary people, informed. The laymen. The emphasis on informed laymen. It will interest you, Mr. Nedu, that some laymen are very informed. And they are patriotic. One of the problems again we have in this country is that we have few Nigerians. I repeat, we have few Nigerians. What we have, do you know before Nigeria comes to be, we did not even have Northerners, we do not have Southerners, we don't have Westerners. We have Kano man, we have Ibadan man, we have Oyo man. But when the colonial master came, we were able to turn ourselves to Northerners, Southerners, Easterners. But unfortunately, only few Nigerians are now Nigerians. And that's why some people say that that thing that is cast in Nigeria is that if you get to Nigeria, you hardly see Nigerians. What you see in Nigerians are Southerners, Easterners, and Northerners, not Nigerians. It's very scarce. But we need Nigerians. People who still believe in the oneness of Nigeria. People who believe that Nigerians worth saving. And when these people comes together and they objectively do, but mind you, the emphasis is to be dissoluting power from the federal. By the time we do that, you will see few people, few rich people, because it will no longer be fruitful. It's not going to be somewhere that is juicy. People want to go there in order to skills our commonwealth. But it will be people who go there and work. They will be the only one that will be there.
All right. Now, finally, this morning, Dr. Sulaiman Hafiz, let's take a look at the concerns raised by Atiku Abubakar concerning the National Assembly's failure to pass the Electoral Act. He mentioned that there were loopholes which led to the rigging of the last election in 2023. That's the Electoral Act of 2022. But let's take a look at that Electoral Act. Do you think that there'll be change once the Electoral Act is passed, once there is a review of the Electoral Act? This is according to Atiku Abubakar. He said that there are loopholes.
Thank you very much. I want to categorically say that our Electoral Act is not perfect. I want to say that with all sense of sincerity, that it's not perfect. Now, you mentioned that was rigging.
Yes.
I want to disagree. Everybody has right his opinion.
Okay.
I did not think that is rigging.
Okay.
You understand? From my own observation, the way I moved, at least to the best of my knowledge, the vote casted, see where I monitored it to, where I have the power to monitor it to, was actually the vote from each political pool.
Okay.
Remember, I did not monitor the whole Nigeria.
Of course,
probably
of course.
Where I monitor was where there was no rigging and there are rigging elsewhere.
Okay.
I cannot answer that.
Okay.
But from where I monitored and what I saw, there was no rigging.
Then
I saw polling
booth
even in Loring where APC was not the winner, and by the time they took it to ward level, they still reported the same vote. So, and it was not, you understand? So it was a mixture of where it was and when it was not. So where he saw rigging, from where I'm seeing it, I did not see rigging.
Okay.
However, I'm not saying there is no rigging, but I'm saying to what I saw, there was no rigging. And I'm also admitting that the Electoral Act is not perfect. And I want to say that it is rather getting too late. Because whether you like it or not, technically we are having maybe around less or 1 year to the next election. The last election we had was around January, February. You understand? Very soon now, there should be release of timetable. You understand? In fact, by the time we get to middle of this month, the electoral process will have resumed in full force.
So you're saying it is too late at this moment?
It's getting too late. I think it's getting too late because INEC, remember what INEC said? INEC need to be paid. And whether that was amendment or not, whether it's an amendment or not, INEC is already preparing. So if there will be amendment, I'm also urging the National Assembly that this is the right time to do it. If there will be amendment, if there will be any finalization of the Electoral Act, now is the time to do it. So that is one. Secondly, is that the Electoral Act is not perfect. So for a serious country, we should improve on what we had in the last time. And I'm also calling on National Assembly to please do. People thought electoral results will be transmitted via electronic means because of the e-voting. If that is what we are going to use, this is right. This is now the right time to legislate in support of that, so that all of us know what we are expecting.
Dr. Sulaimona,
what we are expecting, that we monitor it.
I have to cut you short at this point. Our time is fast spent. We really appreciate you for coming on the program this morning.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yes, please. Thank you so much, Dr. Sulaimona Hafiz. We really appreciate you. And for everyone who have been participating, I really appreciate you. But let's wrap up with some messages. This message is from Afolabimi from Tanka. He says, good morning, Udogu. On the Kano State defection from NNPP, the only problem I have with them is this. They don't lose their seats. Just imagine if the governor, the members of the House, the reps, and so on, if all of them lose their seats, then I think they won't just move in mass like this. This is a scam against the electorate. All right. This one is from Sakaoni Omuritala from Alori. Says, I greet you, Nedu. Politics is a game of number. Depends on how you can play it. Tinubu is not trying to make Nigeria a one-party state because we still have opposition party, which opposition party also can go ahead to play their own political tactics. God bless Nigeria. Good morning, the anchor. Nigeria should stop saying one-party system. Atiku and Peter Obi will never go to APC before 2027. So what are we talking about? PDP has collapsed. And the prime candidate that can come from ADC is Atiku, which many believe is going nowhere. So any governor or politician that wishes to remain in his position will definitely move to APC. God bless Nigeria. This is from Mr. Babalola. All right. Odayemi says, if you marry an ugly wife, you can never make her beautiful by taking proper care of her if you love her. Similarly, we can make whatever electoral... Okay, it says if you marry an ugly wife, you can make her beautiful by taking proper care of her if you love her. Similarly, we can make whatever electoral reform we have beautiful and workable if we choose to do so. The problem is that our politicians have negative mindsets to a workable democratic culture. It is not the system that is problematic, but the stakeholders. Bring the best reforms to Nigeria. Our politicians will pollute it. Elder Yemi Ashaju. All right, on that note, this is where I'll be drawing the curtains on today's edition of National Affairs. We've discussed the defection of Governor Yusuf of Kano State and how it affects the state and Nigeria, and also the call to review Nigeria's democracy, especially the Fourth Republic. But my advice to you this morning is that come 2027, let's gear up for that period. Let's vote the person with the right conscience. Let's vote with our conscience, not with, exchange of hands. My name remains Nedu Okorie. Let's do this again some other time. Have a wonderful weekend.